current law. The Kirchhoff current law says that on any common node, the sum of the incoming current is equal to the sum of the outgoing current, or in the other way, we can say that the vector sum on any node is equals to the 0. That is the Kirchhoff current law is saying. So if you remember this bus bar sizing, we have discussed this bus bar sizing calculations. We have taken all the incomer current. We have taken all the incomer current, that how much current make up, and that will be equal to the all outgoing current also. So, but their bus bar capacity should be equals to the all incomer current, and any outgoing or all the outgoing can maximum take that current, like 200 coming from here, and 200 is can go from this, like 400 coming, then 400 might be go. So like this we are using. And why this bus bar is required? This is another questions. If this bus bar is not required, then why this bus bar is required? I've just taken one picture from the Google, that why this bus bar, just to explain that why the bus bar is required. Yeah, so if we want to connect this incomer with all the outgoing feed, incoming supply to all the outgoing supply, so we can connect like this. But this is not the correct method of the connections. So what we do, we take a common bus, we take a common conductor, like this aluminum strip material we are taking, and the incomer is connected to this by this thimbles, and all the outgoing lux and all the outgoings is connected like this. So this is the good practice for the connections of the incomer to the outgoings. So that is why this bus bar is required. If only one incomer and one outgoing, then we can avoid this bus bar. We can no need to connect to this bus bar. We can directly connect incoming to the outgoing. I hope my point is clear. I'm just trying to make it very very basics and very very easy, that we can understand that why what is happening and why we are taking this bus bar. So that is why this bus bar is required. Bus bar is working on the principle of the Kirchhoff current law. Bus bar material is this, and bus bar is not required if only in one incomer and one outgoing feeder, because bus bar is a common point. If one incomer are and more than, if the outgoing feeders is and the incomer feeder is not the is are the more than one incomer or more than one outgoing feeders, in that case we require a common bus bar. This is the only basic
Yes.
yeah. Now what is happening here, that in case of the substations, if we are not working in the switchyard, and how the switchyard engineering is different from the other electrical discipline engineering, that for this switchyard, to make this single line diagram, first we have to study about this bus bar scheme, that what is the type of the bus bar scheme is available, and what is the advantage and what is the disadvantage, and why this bus bar scheme is developed, because the system is extra high voltage or ultra high voltage. This is the basically the your country grid distribution and the transmission. If the by chance due to the fault of any bus, if happen, then some geographical regions, some portion of the country maybe go in the blackout conditions. So to get the better flexibility of the maintenance and economical aspect and the reliability, we discuss the different schemes on the bus bar, so that we can get the reliability, we can get the maintenance, and we can keep the power continue without any interruption, without any blackout conditions. So to keep in mind of these objectives, the different bus bar scheme is developed. And this, if you are working on the LV system, then this bus bar scheme will not come. If you're working on any oil and gas segment, then might be this bus bar may not come. That may come, but in the switchyard of that oil and gas industry, not in case of the panel. I think we also have experts like Manoj Sarbala, so who have experience.
Yes, yes, yeah, yeah. Here actually we are using mostly double bus bar only. One and a half bus bar schemes used in I have seen in many Saudi networks.
Yes, yes, Saudi.
Yeah, single bus bar is only in LV side.
Yes, yes. So if we are working on the LV, then bus bar scheme, no need to study because that is the fixed single bus bar. But you are working on the HV, EHV, ultra high voltage, then bus bar scheme is a very important aspect that need to study. I think Ashok, you also agree that you have asked me some document for the comparison right now.
Yeah, yes, in the CBIP manual that was mentioned like this, also saying like that. I checked that one.
Yes, yes, yes.
So okay,
So that,
but I was working in 33 kV only maximum. That's why here I have seen mostly this one, single bus bar only with the bus section.
single bus bar or sometimes a single bus bar with sectionalizer you have seen.
Yes, 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 bus section.
Both
Yes.
bus section will come.
And sometimes
Yeah. So
double bus bar also with.
yes. So this bus bar schemes we start, and along with the bus bar scheme, we will take up the voltage and the single line diagram development. Yeah. So we start with this single. So what is the type of the bus bar scheme that we have before development of the single line diagram? And how we develop a single line diagram, that we understand that we take the electrical equipment, their equivalent IC or ANC symbol, and we connect based on the required sequence and based on the connection, that whether series or parallel. By this approach, we develop the single line diagram. So what I'm trying to do, that this bus bar scheme plus SLD, both I'm trying to take up both point simultaneously. So let me develop any single line diagram and taking the single bus bar scheme. That is the very simplest type of the single line diagram and the bus bar scheme. So this bus bar scheme we use for the 11 kV system. So let me take a type of the bus bar scheme. Type of bus bar scheme. First is the single bus bar. Second is the single bus bar with sectionalizer, or sometimes some country or some engineers can say bus coupler. Bus coupler. Third type of the bus bar is the main and transfer bus bar scheme. Main and transfer bus bar scheme. Fourth is the double main. Fifth is the double main and transfer. Sixth is the 1.5 circuit breaker bus bar scheme. And in case of the India, we have this minimum 6 type of the bus bar scheme. But like in other countries, like I have worked in the Saudi, Gulf countries, they do not have these 6 type of the bus bar schemes. Their voltage, transmission voltage and distribution voltage almost is common. Like in India, we have the, if we do the comparison, In India, we have the 11 kV, we have 33 kV,